What's up, y'all? So, I don't know how many of you have been watching me or know what's going on with me, but honestly, there's a whole lot going on with me, and it really is not okay. The stigma in all communities concerning domestic violence, PTSD, uh, depression, anxiety, all that. This is a worry for me, for the children of the future. Um, I worry about them. There's a lot of things out there that can influence them, whether it's a boy influencing a female influencing a boy, transgender things, all kinds of things are going on in the world right now. It's crazy. But that's not what this is about. It's not about the world. This one is going to be about me. So I just passed my 10-year marriage mark, October 14th. Yay. And put Grinch on there right there for you. And yeah, I suffer from extreme depression, extreme anxiety, PTSD, elemental P, all that. Um, I've been having a really hard time lately. My son, my oldest, Darian, he passed away this year, and I guess I'm struggling more with it than anybody else just because of the fact that I wasn't able to see him before he passed. Only time I think I got to see him like 2 times before he passed due to regulations. So I was already messed up in the head, and this just took it to a whole nother level. You see, evidently, I have been crushing these feelings and hiding them in a ball somewhere in deep, dark space in my brain. And I didn't really ever think about it after I got past it, which evidently I didn't get past it because here we are today having this conversation. My wife finally got me to go to therapy. When I went to therapy, all my demons came out. All of them, from A to Z, 1 to 10, 1 to 100, whatever the case may be. I'm a hot, shitty mess right now, honestly. I don't sleep in the bed with my wife for the most part. Um, and I'm not sure why. I know I enjoy sleeping on the couch because this is a couch that I slept on when I was taking care of my Oma when she had cancer. Um, Also, there is another room that opened. We have a 2-bedroom apartment, and there's another room that opened up because it was time for everybody to go. So what had happened was I gave my son a choice. I was like, look, my youngest son now, mind you, I don't even know if he's my son anymore. He doesn't communicate. He doesn't talk. All he does is talk to his mama, get things from his mama. Him and his girlfriend living together. They're 17 and 16 and 17. He's about to turn 18. He should be working on that grown man status, having a job, taking care of himself, taking care of his girlfriend, taking care of getting an apartment instead of staying with his sister, um, who has gladly thought that it would be an okay thing to let him and his girlfriend stay with her. Well, I disagree. I don't think they should be living together at their age, and that's why they had to actually leave the house. We were being lenient and letting her stay for a couple days. And then I get he would end up going over there for a couple of days. So that's 6 days. So maybe one day out of the week, he would be here by himself and on the phone with her or whatever. Doesn't matter. Young love. I get it. But I'm not going to be disrespected in my own home. He had sex in my home with this chick, and that was it. Like I lost it. It all came out. Things came out that should not have came out. He should not have been like that. So I did. I was like, look, you need to make a choice. Either you're going to live here or you're going to live over there because you're spending most of your time over there anyways. And he got mad and was like, are you really trying to make me make this, make a decision like this? Well, damn right I am. If you're old enough to have sex in my house, you're old enough to make a decision on whether you want to stay here and visit your girlfriend or have your girlfriend come over here and visit, or you could take your stuff and you can move over there. Well, he didn't like that. Honestly, I don't care. There are things in life that these children these days just need to learn. Yo, your first piece of ass ain't gonna be your last piece of ass. That's damn near guaranteed. So I mean, it up. I went up and up and up, and this depression has a hold on me so hard that I everything that happens, it just makes it worse and worse, no matter what. I'm on meds from hell. Let's get that right out there, and because I don't mind, I go to therapy. I make sure, or I attempt to make sure that my psyche is doing okay, and that I'm able to balance myself and deal with such things. Right now, my psyche is not balanced. My psyche's all over the fucking place. You know what I'm saying? Um, I take the time to try to do right. Right. I'm not working right now. My wife doesn't want me to work. I want to work. Unfortunately, due to a lot of injuries, my shoulder, uh, knee operations, yes, operations, and things like that, I am not really able to do the kind of work that I should be able to do. So I am sitting here like a lump on a log and just cleaning the house every day. Mind you, I get pulled back and I I just don't do the best job that I can do. And that's not me. That's the depression. Like this morning, I wake up, do everything I need to do, yada yada yada. I turn on the TV to watch some wrestling because hey, we all know, or wrestling fans know, that on Hulu it shows the wrestling the day after. So I turn on the TV to go to Hulu to watch my wrestling, and what do I see? What do I see? My wife has put him on the Hulu account. Why? He lives with Tiffany. Tiffany got all that. So what? All of a sudden he can't use it? Our rules starting to get hammered down over there? Do you think that you're going to be able to come back to this house with that girl? Unfortunately, you're not. That's just the way it is. Um, I've been looking at one bedrooms, to see if I can help him. Why? I don't know, because he has no respect for me. He doesn't care about me or anything to the effect. He doesn't talk to me, doesn't acknowledge me, and I'm not the only one. Other people as well. He just ignores everybody. It's like he's only living in Tiffany and his world. You know what I'm saying? And that's not cool. So I've been struggling really hard not to do things that I know I am very much capable of doing. I'm not going to put out there what that is or anything to that effect, but I don't need that. I don't need none of that. My big boy just passed away 5 months ago. He had a son. that evidently I'm not allowed to see for some reason. I don't know. His his baby mama is just like, you'll get to see him, and then it never happens. You know, I reach out to a couple places to see if I can get some kind of help with this, because that's my grandchild too. You know, like I said, me and my wife, 10 years together, this 14th of this month, no, 14th of October. Everybody got to spend time with my son before, but me. And so now I'm on a mission to be able to see my grandchild, who is half him, because that's really the only thing I have left of him, you know, besides pictures and videos and all that. But to actually have a part of him by my side to watch and play with and see him grow and start to look more and more like Darian, um, is very important to me. So if any of y'all know if there's anybody I can contact, that would be great. But right now, there's shit going on in my head. There's, you know, the devil's in there. Ain't nobody gonna lie. The devil is in there. You know, it's this little, do this. If you do this, you can, you know, and so on and so forth. My pills are supposed to put that shit at bay, but it doesn't, because it's so serious, because I kept it inside for so long. All my everythings, from being molested by my grandfather on my mother's side, um, to being raped by my auntie's husband, who I call auntie, I call mom, because she took me and my brothers and sisters in. And she didn't believe me. She didn't believe me that what she didn't believe me what happened. So as time goes on, which wasn't much time, trust me, after a while, I started getting these feelings for women. And I realized that it was a stigma back then. So it wasn't something that you just, hey, like today, I'm transgender and I'm gay, or I'm bisexual, or I'm all these other names they have for things. Look, my name is D. That's who I am. I'm just D. I don't have to be labeled as anything except for D. I don't know how many people and I don't know how many people understand that. As you can tell, I'm flipping over my words. I'm basically stumbling and saying the same thing over and over again, but in different ways. It's one of the definitions of crazy. You should look it up. Um, I want to go down to Anchorage to see my auntie, because this is the month that my Oma passed away. She passed away right before Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving is really not a holiday that I'm into. I don't like cooking. I don't like having people over. I don't like the festivities. And I know I should, but I don't, and I can't. So what happens is I either end up sitting on the couch watching TV, or I'll go in the room, which is now the cave, as I call it, or the man cave, if you will. I just, I can't. And I don't know if anybody out there else understands what I'm talking about. It's very hard on me to not be upset about what my wife lets him do. He's supposed to be grown. He moved out. He doesn't have contact with anybody but you and her and Tiffany and that other person who I have zero feelings for. So I won't even bother to waste my breath on that name. She wouldn't let me see my son while he was dying. I could have went to jail. I had an officer there that knew me, and he was just watching me because he knew I wanted to break through that damn person, but I didn't because I do have some kind of sense. She was holding a baby, so I didn't. I really wanted to. I really, from the bottom of my heart, I wanted to lay her down and run up them stairs and see my son before he left. But I didn't. Instead, I sat downstairs and waited and waited. And finally, he came out. And he was already covered. I broke down. I that I broke down. My whole life seemed to stop right then and there. And I don't think any of like my wife and them understand just how bad it is. I wake up nightmares, holding my hand out to reach for my son so he wouldn't die. But we could never connect our hands. Um, Things like that. And it's coming to the point where I feel disrespected on numerous occasions. I guess because I know my wife is doing things for him and she really shouldn't. That's not how you teach somebody, especially when they have a roof over their head and people who are providing for them. You don't do that, especially behind my back. Um, that's already happened once. I went to Anchorage for a doctor's appointment, and sure enough, on my security cameras, I see him and her walking in my house like it's just an everyday thing. Like I approved of it. And that was the last thing I asked her. I was like, please don't let nobody in the house while I'm gone. That's all I asked. Everything else, whatever. You didn't have to bring them over here. You could have took them to a restaurant. You could have sat at the park. Yeah, I don't even want them in my car, but you could have sat in the car or whatever. But he can't seem to separate himself from that chick, which is sad. It's very sad. But that always that I want to say that always happens with your first love, which okay, I get. But these things have been taken way too far and I cannot deal right now. I am having the toughest time. Hence why I'm on here because I have no one to talk to. Not about these things, you know, but I have no one to talk to. If I talk to my wife, she thinks I'm being mean or it's her son, so why shouldn't she do this for him and da 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 da. Okay, well, they've been a part of my life for like 12 years until Darian passed, unfortunately. And so you're gonna throw out my son. That's what you're gonna throw out to me. And I'm supposed to feel like jolly, like I should put a fucking Santa hat on and just dance around and do a jig. I'm not doing that. There's so much pain, hate, anger, all that built inside of me, and it's ready to bust out. And it's just going to take one thing, one single thing to push me over the edge. What that is, I don't know. But I know it's going to happen. And I'm sad about it. I'm upset about it because I figure in the end, I possibly could end up in jail. And I accept that. And I will accept that if something I do warrants it. Um, it's almost 20 minutes. I got to get to cleaning the house and whatnot. But, if you understand what I'm going through or you want to know more about it, hit me up. I'm going to start posting these things or going live, whatever. more often because I feel like this can be an outlet for me. So, anybody watching this, if you have any questions or if you're going through the same thing and just need somebody to talk to, or if you think there's somebody else out there that I should be speaking to, please let me know. I'm not going anywhere, at least for now. And maybe this will be good, another kind of therapy for me. And hopefully I can also help somebody out there who may be struggling with the same kind of situations that I am in their own way. So again, my name is D. Some people call me Mr. Brown. D is fine. Y'all folks stay safe out there. If you're going through it, talk to somebody. That's the best advice I can give you. Don't hold on to it for so long that when you finally realize what is doing it to you, what is causing it, what is bringing out these monsters who are speaking in your head and telling you to do things, and you're screaming in your own head, help me, help me, help me, and nobody's hearing you. If these things are happening to you, talk to somebody, anybody who cares, anybody who will listen, anybody who will comfort you. It's important to have that kind of energy around you. Unfortunately, I don't. I don't have that energy. I have nothing left in the gas tank. I'm slowly trying to fill the gas tank up, but every time I put a gallon in, a gallon and a half gets taken away from me. Go figure. But that's my story for right now. That'll be my opening, and I'll be coming back and doing some more live broadcasts. And as soon as I figure out how to do this damn podcast thingamajiggy, that might be a better platform. Then I'll put y'all onto that. But for right now, I'm just going to continue to go live. I'm going to hit you with some things. You can hit me back with some things. I don't always know where I'm going to be. I don't know if I'm going to be here in the house. I don't know if I'm going to be outside. I live in Alaska, so it's cold. I don't want to be outside unless I'm doing some recreational shit that I can't do because the whole right side of my body's been broke. I'll be here or in Anchorage. I don't see myself going anywhere else but to see my auntie. She understands this time of year. These next few months are going to be, they're going to be so hard. But I'm going to hold on as best I can. And if I get to my auntie, that's what I'll do. I'll need to be with her. And she'll need to be with me. We love each other to the ends of this fucking earth. She's done so much for me and my wife. It's ridiculous. But I love her for it. And she knows how appreciative I am of it. So that's it for now. Maybe I'll pop back on later. Maybe I'll get some people to follow me. I don't know. I'm not looking for, a cult. I just want to be able to express myself without any limitations. And I think this would be a good way for me to do it, as I said. So with that said, I hope everybody's having a half-ass decent day, if not a very wonderful, blessed day. You deserve it. And I'll talk to y'all later.